All right, we back. Hindsight, episode like 4, I think. We just saw Belle.
Wow.
And yeah, thoughts?
Oh man, you can't just say that. You gotta set it up a bit more. So Belle is basically like, I mean,
Nope,
it's a retelling.
But it wasn't. Nope, it wasn't
it's
Beauty
like
and the Beast though. They had elements, but it really wasn't.
Yeah.
Which is why I fucked with it.
There was elements of it, obviously.
But it also had like
connections
it almost had like a
towards it.
Phantom of the Opera vibe too.
Had to get those musical elements in there for sure.
Yeah.
I have a lot of questions though. I have a lot of inconsistencies.
Like what? What was inconsistent? I thought it was pretty good. Even like down to the cop who was actually that. I feel like that cop was the actual enforcer dude.
Okay. Wow. There's so many. Okay. So first off, I initially intuited that she could sing in there because there was some vocal.
No,
AI
she could sing
enhancement.
because she could sing, and it was
she
like
could sing, but
she was
then
traumatized.
She, like, lost it.
No, she was
But
traumatized because her mom died.
Her friend, but her friend said there's a vocal thing, AI component to this thing that can help you out. And so first thing I'm thinking is, why doesn't everyone use that to be like a famous singer or whatever in there?
Because they can't sing. Only she could sing in real life.
But why did her?
Yo, that seemed like a mistranslation. That was probably just them translating it into some
like,
goofy shit.
like your vocal cords change. Okay.
But yeah, it was obvious she was
that's like
traumatized. Yeah, she was traumatized by her mother's death.
And so she like lost.
Spoiler alert.
I guess we have to.
That nigga dead.
Okay. Second thing, why would this U program like conceal people's identities?
Nigga, you is another reality, and AR is
Just
another
like,
you.
My first thought is
Whatever
like, why wouldn't
was.
people fucking commit horrible crimes in there and do horrible things, fucking rape women, all this stuff? Like, it just seems
why'd you go
like,
there? Dark.
It's just like,
yo, we gotta decide.
like, why don't I get the cops sort of, these justice people's sort of like desire to keep everything in check. Like that's like like that makes sense.
Oh, like the enforcers or
But
whatever?
they weren't like, they were just some regular people. They weren't like any of the programmers.
I think he was a cop. Yeah, I did. Okay, that actually didn't make sense to me too. Like, what was there? If the 5 voices or whatever the fuck they were.
5 voices are supposed to be the.
Why would they give power to just normal people?
Yeah.
And it sounded like maybe he didn't even have power. He just had like, I didn't know what the fuck was going on with that. They didn't really get into that, but.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
that who
it's
cares?
like, you can't really pick anyone. It's like your essence is what's supposed to be in this application, or like your like biochemistry connects with the. I don't know.
Why was it the Uber app though? That's why I was a little thrown off. It's because she went to the Uber app. Like, what the fuck?
Are you saying like it looked?
Yeah,
like,
you tell me that wasn't the Uber app, like legit.
For sure.
And they had the Apple logos in there. I was like, whoa.
Uber Eats and fucking DoorDash and definitely a lot of.
A lot of branding opportunities. He said, look how many sponsors he has. That was actually funny.
Sponsors, and they all left him at the end. Poor guy.
All the sponsors.
He only had good intentions until he didn't.
Nope, he was the cop. Remember, I'm telling you, that was the cop at the end who was like, whatever he said, like, we can't do anything. When they called.
Oh, the actual cop?
The actual cop was him. Because they had him on, they had him on the background on the screen.
Was he the one that, like, the cop in
the real life, when they called.
Real life,
to say that the boys needed help and they didn't go.
Like,
that was him.
Like he said, like
we can't do anything.
For 48 hours.
Or whatever the fuck he said. That was the cop. That was enforcer.
Like, you can't do anything for 48 hours?
He was just being
if like cops are like children are being abused. Yeah, I didn't get that. But
okay, let's reel it back. We've been getting into the weeds. I'm gonna say it was a pretty good movie, actually. It got a little long at the end.
Here's what I'll say.
I wasn't ready for it.
I loved, we all
animation.
I loved the the decision to have all the VR element or the app elements 3D and like all the real world elements 2D. That was a nice little contrast.
Some of that 3D wasn't doing it for me, but
well,
it was alright.
I really haven't seen
because of how it was
done in that way, where they split 3D and 2D, one in the virtual world and one in the physical world, and then you see her 3D.
I'm sure you've seen it. I'm sure
in.
you've seen it. I can't say that was that original, but I give it to him.
I mean, you've seen a mix before, but like they used it in a.
Nah, I'm pretty sure I've seen it that exact same way.
Really?
Bro, even I've thought of
In
that.
What?
Internet, somebody in the comments, say something. Look, we just ran that red. Oh well. On foot, we're on foot. We're not driving.
Big Digimon vibes.
Yeah, big Digimon. That's because it was that same studio who did the Digimon movie for sure.
Yeah.
I don't even know that for sure, but after looking at that, there's no question.
Belle,
Because they do that
2.
fucking Belle, nigga. It was what is that shit? When like there's the RGB shift, like they did a lot of that RGB. I can't think of what the technique is called. It's called
the screen effect. Yeah.
Crap. I'm getting mad that I can't think of it. It's called a
Oh.
Come on.
Talking about.
What's it called? A chromatic aberration. There we go. A lot of that, but it was beautiful. I loved them doing that. That really added to the 3D world, I thought. I liked their environments. Those were on point, I must say. The 2D environments were so good. I was like, is this real? And then the 3D environments, they were just nothing. They were just 3D floating people. It was just floating people.
What do you mean?
It was just like floating characters and then like an upside down city or something like that. It was cool. I guess it's like a landscape, but there wasn't as much going on. I feel like the 2D world actually had better environments.
I was focused on the characters though, specifically.
In the 3D
there
world?
was a lot of variety there.
Yeah, for sure.
I was paying attention to just like, the vast diversity of characters.
There was a lot of like jokes in there from other shows.
Upside down hand. Again.
Oh yeah, the hand, that was tight. It was like 2 floating hands.
Fucking vibes.
There was somebody from Ben 10 up in there. That was lit, actually. I will say the variety of those characters was cool.
Also wondering how the Justice Force people found the castle at the end.
Because he had the flower and the flower had the code on it.
Oh, it was like, the Matrix code. Like how? How would he know that?
Nigga, because he's an enforcer, bruh. You asking all these questions? He was an enforcer. Enforcers can read code.
He was a regular guy. Like he wasn't.
No,
like
he was an enforcer. Okay, a regular guy got the revealer beam or whatever the hell that was.
Oh yeah.
That ain't no regular.
He was like.
He was the head.
He did his time.
Head of the ops.
He he did his education. His training to get to the enforcer position.
They never got into that. Like the 5 voices, I thought they were gonna touch on that at least once. Never got into that shit, but it's okay. That's for Belle too. That I actually hope doesn't come out.
Get all these AI in this castle.
Yeah, like that was so much going on. I'm like, what the hell is this? And was his little brother that other one? Like I couldn't understand what was really going on with that. But I will say, I had no idea it was going to be them. I thought it was Shinobu for sure. They fucking got me. That was wonderful.
I was like,
bro, I love that kind of shit.
They could have been.
Oh my God. That was wonderful.
I thought it was a cop-out because they didn't really introduce those characters.
They did, though. You saw him.
In the beginning,
I asked, who is that guy?
Well, he said they had the clip.
Their mom died too. It was obvious.
Their mom died too.
It was obvious.
They had the clip where you got.
Literally right there. I guess we could I'm gonna pause it.
Yeah, they had the clip of the boy saying, the beast is cool, or whatever.
Because he was a kid, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The kids could resonate with, because they had their pain. But his brother was in that shot. Remember his brother was in the back looking sketchy?
Yeah.
Like, I was like, who is that? I thought that was Shinobu.
Shinobu's the guy that was the popular kid, right?
Yeah, the one that she was crushing on. The 6-year-old Shinobu.
The kayak guy.
Yeah, that once I got it, and I was confused at
Like,
first.
could it be her dad? But I didn't really see. Much
No,
reason
I
for
thought it was
that.
like a Shinobu. It had to be Shinobu. I was so set.
But that's too obvious.
It wasn't though. I felt like because
He
they
didn't have the
introduced
fucking
all
ear
the other,
things.
but they introduced all the other
Like,
people.
It couldn't have been because, like, logistically. Like,
But they never
couldn't-
showed. Okay, but they never showed the other dude with the ear things either. You never saw him with those.
That's I had a problem with that. It's like, how are they controlling these virtual?
Oh my
characters?
God! Dude, let's just leave it. Let's just fucking leave it. Cause
Like,
it didn't make any sense. She's running in the
she's
real
running.
world, and she's running in the. I'm like, what the hell is even happening? Like, yeah, let's not get into that.
I guess it could be like,
Yeah,
you know,
no, bro.
like you just
It's
think it.
geolocated?
You have this like
Fuck that.
alternate part of your brain focusing on, like, you know, kind of like a heads-up display,
I
but in
mean,
your eyes.
I
in
feel
your
you,
brain.
but how the hell
Like-
could
like
she have
the-
been
the-
running
the fucking-
in real life to a
the
school?
fucking ear pods are like connected to your brain circuitry or something.
Nah, I'm not going. That got me, and it was only because that one scene where she put it in and started like running too. I'm like, what the hell is happening?
I actually like that scene because it established that you can use it at any time.
No.
And because of that, you're like, oh shit, it literally could be anyone because you could just
Nah,
have those
man.
hidden behind your fucking
Nah,
hair.
I couldn't go. That was too much. She just.
But what? How did you think that it would work before then?
I
Had to
thought
be,
that
like,
you'd
strapped
just be
into, like,
you would
a-
sit because it said we're taking over your senses. Like, how the hell are you gonna be in a virtual? Just no, I'm not with it. That part, yeah. I let it
They
slide, and I
They didn't
just kept it
establish
moving.
that you put anything on your face though.
They didn't. That's what they said it's your eyes. Like it controls your eyes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they established that you didn't have to put anything.
I feel it.
except your
I got it. But that means you shouldn't be able to see the virtual world and the real world. You know what I mean?
Well, it's
Hey,
augmented reality.
no. She should have ran in. She should have fell or hurt
It's like
herself.
that Black Mirror episode where like you can watch your memories,
No.
but you can also see the.
Nah,
I didn't have as much of a problem.
I didn't
with
have a
that.
problem with it. I saw it. I got over it. Was like, this doesn't make any fucking sense.
Okay.
And then,
just that,
then we're
just that type
it's
of-
anime. I'll let it go. Oh, this was an anime movie, by the way, in case anybody didn't know that.
Yeah.
Belle was an anime film, but it was fire. Visuals were great. I like the characters.
I really wish we had seen the
So we saw the dubbed version like some dumbasses.
Like the singing.
The
was
mouths were
better.
killing me. She's like,
The singing
blah,
was
blah,
so good.
blah, blah, and the mouths are like saying, it's like I knew the mouths were saying different shit. I
The chick
agree.
behind us really was digging it though. So.
She was crying. She cried in the film. So there may be something for people who want to see the dub.
Yeah.
Apparently it's touching people's lives.
White women.
But yeah, I think so. The sub, I didn't want to read though. I'm not gonna lie. I did not want to read
Some of the
through the whole
dialogue
movie.
I don't think was delivered in a.
I also
I
agree.
feel like it could have been like
Jeez.
funny. Like
I
because
agree.
a lot of the stuff was like overly.
It was slapstick comedy, but it was like not delivered
Like,
right because they were
yeah.
speaking their English. Versus, yeah, I agree. Honestly,
That-
I
the
may
whole
even see that
scene,
again in
like,
Japanese. You're
yeah,
fucking right,
yeah,
actually.
Like,
I think the
whole
sub
train
version would be
scene,
different.
Like that could have been hilarious, but I just like it would none of the comedy.
The train
was
scene.
hitting.
Oh,
Not-
with
I mean,
like the crush scene where they're like at the train station.
like,
He's
that was his
I
thing.
know,
That was-
that in Japanese that was funny.
Canoe Boy's
I
thing.
know that was funny in Japanese. Oh my god, I can't lie. That was the one scene I was sitting there like, maybe Hakeem was right. We made the
That
wrong
comic-
choice.
Comic relief guy, the canoe guy, from the beginning, he's literally the only one trying to recruit people for his fucking canoeing team. I was fucking cracking up when he was literally like pulling people into a circle like a fucking
Creep.
loser. Yeah.
That was hilarious. I give it to him. I liked him as a side character. I liked all the fucking characters actually.
Yeah, you know what? Like,
Even the old
it wasn't
ladies.
a love story like a cliche.
Agreed.
I would have been pissed
If it was Shinobu, I would have been mad. If it goes Beauty and the Beast for a second there, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? But then they brought it back, like, nah, it's not that. And I was glad they brought it back because I was sure, like, I will not be recommending this, and it's about to get a 6 out of 10. But they brought it back, so I was proud.
I would still say maybe 6.5.
I'm going to 7, I have to
Until I
say.
see the Japanese
Yeah,
version.
the dub actually threw me because her mouth was moving wrong, and I know and it's like they were trying. I know they wanted to use the same translation, and that's why they had her singing the song like that. But they should have just rewrote the damn song and made her words rhyme and made it a real song instead of it was like a melody song where her words are just like, what the hell is she even saying? Like, it was like, I don't even care.
I feel like even in the sub or in the dubbed version, they could have used the Japanese
song.
Because like the words were meaningless. They didn't have to translate that.
Jesus Christ. Hey, I agree. I agree on that for sure. Because I didn't know how big. It was a musical. It was literally a musical, and I did not expect that. Bro, that was a musical.
It was like 4 or 5 songs. Like
that's a musical, buddy.
It wasn't like they were singing every single
They
line.
sang the amount of songs a Disney movie would have sang. Yeah, bro.
I'm pretty sure Beauty and the Beast has more songs than that.
No, it doesn't. Go. You can probably name the song. Be Our Guest. They have the Gaston song. We have
library song. Oh, yeah. In the library.
In the library. Give me another one. We have
I don't know.
That's 3, and that's all the main ones right there, bro. Yeah, bro, that was Disney level. They were singing a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna say she couldn't sing, but it just got annoying after a while.
Yeah, it was fine.
It was fine, but it you know.
But it wasn't. It like.
It just sounded like noise.
They were making it seem like everyone was fucking like crazy gaga over this girl, and I mean, yeah, there's pop stars in the world. There's like hundreds of singers out there, but like she's the only one. Like,
no, there was others. Remember the ones at the beginning and like the white-haired chick?
Yeah, but why is she so special?
She just was hot right now. You know, they didn't go through all the elements of the U-verse, okay? They just went through this one story.
She was literally singing at the end, and everyone was just fucking crying.
Okay, but
hey,
isn't that how many people were in Fortnite looking at a Travis Scott concert? So, I mean, you know, hey, people got their fans, and they really tune in. I liked like the way they went social media with everything, and it did feel like a real ass Instagram, TikTok.
That way.
Yeah, like a meta Beauty and the Meta Beasts.
Meta Beasts. Dope.
No, it was cool.
Yeah, like, you know, it was BELL at the beginning, and then it turned into BELLE.
I didn't peep that.
It's French for what the fuck? What was it?
Beautiful.
Beautiful. No.
It is, fool. And the verdict is.
Yeah. Belle ball.
Tried to play me, nigga. Je parle français. Je parle français.
Yeah. There was another issue that I had with it, which I'm not remembering right now, but.
Must not have been that big of an issue then.
It had something to do with bees.
That he had those spots on his back and they were calling them bruises, and it didn't make any damn sense because they were just spots on his fucking cape.
Yeah,
what made that a damn bruise? Like, I'm like, what are you talking about?
They kept saying like,
oh my god,
oh.
Did you hear me laughing there when they said it? Like, oh my god, he's got bruises on his back. Like, oh, those must be bruises on his back. Like, nigga, what? He just said that shit. That threw me off. I was like, nah.
Again, a consequence of seeing it in.
I know, yeah, sure, okay.
Probably would have been funny.
I think it would have been neutral.
Or, I mean,
and the action, they didn't lean into the action too much, but those action sequences they did have were good.
That first beast sequence
was fire. I was hoping there would be more of that.
Digimon vibes, yeah. I mean the Digimon movie. Like,
they
vibes.
Literally just
like,
they let it die.
That fucking virus guy in Digimon.
Diablo Mon. I don't know if that. I think that is it actually. On some Who Am I?
Yeah, sounds right.
But it was sucked that they didn't go back to that. I feel like they just wasted. I'm not wasted, but
no,
it was like they had that moment and he went hard.
Chasing him, but that wasn't really a fight.
Yeah, they could have had a more climactic versus the. I thought they were gonna have a climactic versus Enforcer battle at the end. I was looking forward to that. I did not appreciate that shit because she could have been singing while the Enforcers were fucking like, oh, there he is now, and then they went to go get him, and then he just fought them for a second and then disappeared.
Showed back up.
He never did,
didn't he? After he. Yeah. He was just sitting there
watching the
in front of his
screen.
computer.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I wanted to see more Beast in Action
Like,
Beast.
yeah, like, I don't believe you are Belle. Prove it to me. Come here. Or
She's
no,
like, disintegrate me. Re-identify me, or whatever the hell. Reveal array. I don't remember what it was called, but it actually had a cool name.
Again, I keep coming back to why is everyone anonymous?
Because everyone's anonymous in most virtual worlds. That's how it goes.
It's so fucking dangerous, and I guess that's part of the maybe message of the movie. I would say, is like being anonymous can really make someone take their anger out without any consequence.
Can make your dad beat you up. What are you saying here?
Because he was like, no, like he was just owning fools, and I guess like they didn't really explain how the whole fighting system worked 100%. I mean, I guess it was like sort of
they beat you up and they turn you into ice.
Well, it's like a
and it's like he had fucking 500 wins, 369 wins.
So now they're adding this like element of like battling each
but they didn't go
avatar.
they didn't go into a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like it was cool, but they didn't.
They're
gonna go into the next installment.
Do a Dragon Ball Z type.
Bro, I was, God damn it, I was hoping for it. When they started talking about the fights, I was like, okay, now we're talking. This is the movie I came to see. And then they just never went back to it.
That
just let it die.
There's this whole arena, and she just, uses it to sing. And I guess,
that's beautiful.
part of it's beautiful. It's like,
but nah.
You wanna show joy to people.
I came for blood, not beauty.
We have some blood.
Yeah, but it wasn't the kind I wanted. It wasn't the kind I wanted.
Your dad was just like
fucking scratching her face. Yeah, that didn't make any. I'm like, nigga, she's a child. What? That made no sense to me either.
I'm not as scared of you.
Like, even when he's holding the fist up, I'm like, you're gonna punch a little girl right now, dog. Like, what?
I would expect her taking out her phone and be like...
I thought she was going to do something, but she just stood there and never moved.
No one's around, yeah.
That was wild. Her mom dying, though, I like that.
Secretly, she would have her thing in her thing. Well, I guess there's
she
no
probably
camera
did
in the
have
real
it.
world.
She probably did have it. But yeah, so her mom died in the river. I actually like that. I feel like I've never really seen a parent death like that. It was different.
It was very quick.
There was a Jesus, that was quick, I will say. But it still hit for some reason.
I actually, you know what? My mind was like, who is this guy? I was suspecting it was maybe the guy that she saved.
So, yes.
That would have been kind of interesting.
But yeah, she was just let
she saved.
Who is the kid she saved though? Maybe that was the other singer girl. Who was like, you know what I mean? I feel like we met both sides of everybody, but you just didn't know who it was. You know what I mean?
They established quite a lot of characters, like the mom's choir group.
Oh yeah, that was great.
There was a lot of characters.
All our school friends.
The popular chick.
Popular girl. Her creepy friend was like a mad scientist computer whiz. Shinobu, kayaking dude. And then in the virtual world, we had all our little creepy AIs.
So there was a lot of people to... I mean, that's a lot of work for a movie to do.
But it didn't feel like... It wasn't hard to keep up. I'll put it like that.
No, yeah, it definitely wasn't.
Especially considering the characters look the same.
They left time for the singing moments and the moments of beauty and stuff.
That actually reminds me of another thing. What the hell? Did we go back in time? Because how was she Belle? And then she set up Belle. I'm like, what happened there? Did we do a quick rewind? I was like, it started and she was Belle. And then she makes her character profile and then she's Belle. And I'm just like, what? Like that wasn't established that we were going back in time. That was just a weird little insert.
I think that was maybe just a foreshadowing bit. I don't know.
That was weird to me. That was very weird to me. It was like a weird way to introduce her. You know what I mean? And then, because did she have the dream? You know what I mean? Was that a dream? Remember, because she wakes up. That's how it starts when we come back to the real world.
That would make sense.
But how would she dream the character? I don't know. There was a lot of questions.
Like she had the freckles.
I guess.
Hair. Yeah, no, I could buy that.
I guess that was a little bit weird for me. But no, because Yeah, I don't know. That was weird.
It's like the inner beauty.
Hey, I got you.
Thing.
Well, you know, that might be one.
Everyone had the little soul thing.
I won't see it in Japanese,
What was
unfortunately.
that little character? The spirit character?
The AI?
No. Well, was that an AI?
I know the other ones were. I thought that was his brother. That was his brother's little spirit form. That was his brother's.
It seemed to me like, that character was like more elite than the others.
No, remember he didn't say anything. He never said anything. He just was kind of hanging around him, and he was like, "I'll protect you." Remember how he like grabbed him when he was floating off, like, I feel like that kid had some mental issues, is what they were trying to say.
But from the beginning, you saw that little character, and he wasn't always around Beast.
Because he was his own. I thought that was the brother. And I thought that the brother was a little bit like mental or whatever. And so that's why he was just kind of floating and stuff, and he was just a creepy little,
I thought he was like, gonna do some
like he had a mental, I thought he had like some mental disorder. And so when he floated off, it was like his brother protected him, like, yo.
No, Bro, we were talking about fucking psychological fucking trauma.
I swear, and then literally this movie's about psychological trauma. Which I thought was dope, though. They did it well. It didn't feel like it was about it so much. It was
but it was about a lot.
Yeah.
You know, it was like being comfortable with yourself.
Yup. Overcoming trauma, depression.
It was
like
a lot. You know, I wish it maybe focused on, and especially with the whole parallels to Beauty and the Beast, like, why didn't they lean into that more? Like you said.
No, I was so glad they didn't.
Well, then why have that in the like?
You know what? I bet they started making the movie with that as the core, and it grew into something more. You know what I mean? They're like, well, let's just combine Beauty and the Beast and social media, and then it turned into more. Because it felt like that was the base, but then it turned into so many more things. Because that had that. I know. The way they did that one scene, I was like, oh, they were ready for this fucking part. Like, when it was like, you know, they had the full digital Beauty and the Beast scene.
Right.
Like I was like, oh, yeah.
They had all the
this definitely,
this
was part of the plan.
The scenes were like in my head, like I was like, oh, that's that scene. That's
legit.
The circle staircase going upstairs, and him like not like get away.
But it was literally like. It was just like a small fraction of the movie though. It's like they lead you that way and they show you that piece, but then it just goes left. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they just go to something different.
Thematically it makes sense, like just she's the beauty and she's trying to discover or like to be comfortable with her inner beauty. What was that?
I don't know. We just had a random homeless guy walk by and do some weird shit, but continue.
I didn't even see
inner
what
beauty
he did.
and
He just ran up. He's just like
that's so weird.
Naruto over here.
Legit, dude. Anyway.
But like, thematically, like, you know, with the like whole bio mechanics of this world, like really putting out like your avatar is like who you are inside type thing. That it made sense.
It did make sense. I actually could rock with that. And yeah, they even described it like, oh yeah, your inner strength from having to deal with all your trauma, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
It made you beautiful on the inside. And I like how they dealt with her dad too. Like, she was fucked up and she just couldn't have that relationship with her dad. You know what I mean? Until like
it wasn't like a bad relationship. It was just like,
like it was a standoffish, you know, like she just couldn't face him or something. Like she felt guilt for killing her mom or something.
I wanted more there. I wanted more with the dad. Like I wanted, you know.
I was cool.
I was like, what is his character? And I got the impression, I guess this is more of like it's like a kids, like kids use this app more than adults. But then
but then the adults all go in there like, oh nigga, we got an account, but we just trying not to be on that shit. Like I was like, oh okay.
Like, you know, what is it, kind of like Instagram maybe?
Well, she did say, I'm looking at your Instagram right now. Yeah, I'm like, what the hell?
I guess Facebook with the metaverse thing.
Yeah, movies paid for by Meta. Like, fuck out of here.
Or fucking Apple, whatever
They sure did have those Apple phones going in there. I swear, even in the 2D version, they were using 3D Apple phones. Like, nigga, look at this.
Literally, the Apple logo was probably drawn like 20, 30 times.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Right from the beginning.
Because usually they have like a weird off-brand thing, like it's a apple with 2 bites on the 2 sides, or like a pear. Yeah, that was crazy.
And yeah, just the shape of the phone.
That's how they got the movie funded, because I know that shit took so much money.
Apple TV Plus, that's probably where it's going.
Yeah, well, I'll watch the Japanese version on Apple TV Plus.
Was it what you were expecting?
Not at all, because I was expecting it to be a little bit more action-packed, of course. Because that's how they kind of portrayed it, because they showed that scene where bro was fighting the enforcer guys. So I thought it would be more of that, less singing. There was way, way, way more. I didn't even think she was going to be really singing at all. That threw me way off. And I would have seen it in Japanese had I known it was going to be so much fucking singing.
Yeah, right from the top, a lot of singing.
Yeah, I did not see that coming.
I feel the Japanese singing would have been better too.
Yeah.
Just like...
Yeah, it would have been better.
Japanese
It would have been better.
It's like a more, I don't know. Maybe it's still as poppy. It was very poppy.
It was that chick's voice, man. It didn't belong. You could tell that her voice didn't belong, and it was a dub. I'll put it like that.
I was just seeing like American pop singing, or I was seeing like Japanese animation and like hearing pop singing.
Yeah. It was out of sync. I agree.
Well, yeah. I mean, and also the mouths in.
Yeah, man, I was looking at that like, nigga, they're 3D. Why didn't they just change the flaps? God damn it. Because it was off. It was off.
Well, if it was 2D, I feel like it's easier to hide that
to finesse.
stuff.
Yeah, but in the that was off. No, I was looking away when she started. I would look at other things in the scene, so I didn't see her damn mouth moving because it was just taking me out of the experience.
To be fair,
There was
a lot of flowers
and a lot of screens in the background, and a lot of people, and just ambiance. They used the rose differently than Beauty and the Beast. Like, you know what I mean? Like how it was like his rose was his heart or whatever. And I guess the rose kind of was his heart in this one, just in a different way.
In a different way, for sure.
And he didn't have a curse to lift, you know, yeah. It wasn't what I expected at all. Now that I'm really thinking about it.
Like, you know, reveal who he was at some point within the game, but I guess.
No, I didn't think they would, because then he'd catch too much flack. You know what I mean? They would come for this motherfucker.
Might have been
I thought the climax would be a little bit more beast related. But then it would turn into a whole other
movie about like trying to like, you know, get to these kids. Or like first, like the movie was about...
No, that's what it was. See, okay, I didn't get it till I saw her going like, she's just sitting there with her mouth open. That's when I made the realization too that she was her mom. You know what I mean? She went out of her way to save somebody and put herself on the line. Which was like, why would you, you know, go out there for somebody else?
No, yeah.
And then she ended up doing that.
Well, I'm saying, yeah. So like, but the movie sort of changed in that. Okay, we gotta find out who the Beast is. Which there was that scene where like, you know, what's her name? The
Computer girl?
That was her name. Computer girl, let's just go with that. I don't know, she's just like looking up like, okay, how can we narrow this down? Like, who beat him? And like, how did they beat him? And like, that was a whole
all of those scenes were fucking ridiculous. Oh my God, those were ridiculous.
Like, it was like almost a whole nother movie.
Yeah, those were ridiculous. Or when they were trying to find the towers, that was ridiculous to me. It was like, well, these, like, let's just zoom in.
First, like,
what the fuck? How did they depixelate the window?
Okay, before that. So like, you're trying to narrow it down. You see these guys, like, one of the baseball guys, like hiding his fucking his shirt. It's like, how many people? Like, how do you narrow it down to like a guy who wears his shirt all the time?
Because they said it was celebrities. They were trying to go with celebrities.
I guess. Like, I mean, still though. Fucking David Beckham wears his shirt all the time.
That was wild.
Like, shit.
And you knew it was none of them for the simple fact that they were introducing them. Rockstar dude. Oh yeah. Like, the baby old lady.
Like I guess she could have had like a bad side, even though she's just lovable fucking. I didn't even. What was she? What did she do?
No, she was just like a baby. She was just like a whiny ass baby.
No. In the real world.
She was like a whiny ass baby. Same shit.
I didn't like. Why did they think it was her?
I don't even remember. I don't even remember why. Yeah, she got picked in the lineup.
Who else was? Did they think it was the guy with the
With
tattoos?
the tattoos, yeah.
I thought it might be him, but then I'm like, that's too easy.
That was way too obvious because he had real spots on his back. I was like, it can't be him. No, they threw me off though. I literally.
Okay, so there's that stuff, and then you get to the ridiculous part that they figure out in like 5 minutes where
they are off of an empty room. It's a fucking empty room, and these kids are in there, and they do it off the sound of the bell, and then they go in the window.
That they use this technology to like
denoise the window. Get the hell out of here!
Like
No,
bring down the
nah,
saturation,
bro.
the brightness,
They did way too much because that wouldn't even been in the footage. How would you have done that in the footage with that blurry, blown out window? How could they have done that?
I mean, you gotta see
it's
where
the future.
it is.
Sure, it's the future.
You gotta see like, okay, like how would they have done it?
Yeah, how could they have seen? They cleared that up from that being a blown out window to the buildings being so good that they could fucking locate them in 3D.
Maybe there's some really good detailed cameras that just.
Sure.
I could see like a little sliver of the highlight.
Okay. Anyway, it was anime, so whatever. It was moving the plot along.
I had more
fine.
of a problem with like, okay, so they have to get to the literal opposite end of Japan.
Like Japan, yeah.
Like, no.
And it's like, and it was recent beating. Somehow that beating was just ending when she gets there. She goes on the train all the way across the whole fucking country. And he just finished beating him. Yeah.
Let's go outside in the rain.
Oh my God.
And she took a train for.
And then she runs. She runs through the city.
I've taken a train in Japan before. Like that's like a day of traveling. It's like how do you even, bro? How do you not lose motivation at that point?
She's literally running on foot.
Why did they make like just have him be not that far? Like that's easy.
I think they had to just prove that she was going out on a limb like her mom did. You know what I mean? Like she was putting herself on the line. She's grown up now. We don't have to worry about Suzu anymore.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
And she can establish a relationship back with the father.
Yep.
And she doesn't have any resentment anymore.
Yep, and now she can go and see Shinobu.
So when she saved the kid in the river, he had the fucking flotation device. And so like she put the flotation device on the kid. And then she just
died. Yeah, my question was, why wouldn't you have just held on to the kid with the flotation device on, or put it on both of you?
Yeah.
I got it for sure.
Anyways, that's a nitpick.
Yeah,
I get what they were.
Yeah, same.
Like I literally I wanted to feel something.
Yeah, I feel like they could have made it more traumatic for me. Like it could have been like a mom's almost back or something. Like we see mom floundering and they go to get her, and then there's a fucking waterfall and they don't catch her in time. But it was just like she's gone. She goes out.
What they say about if you don't see the body.
Oh, okay. She's actually one of the voices who created you.
Oh shit. Yeah, because that was when she was a kid, huh? 5 years ago.
And also, how the hell? Like, did the Beast have special power though? That was just what was throwing me. Like, sure, he's physically able, but it was like, yo, isn't bro kind of doing some extra shit? Like, why does he have those things on him? You know what I mean? Why did he have that? Why did he, like, you know what I mean? Like, it didn't make sense.
Maybe he just had so much anger
I guess.
Manifested.
In
the thing.
Sure.
In the world.
Why was it getting worse then? When he was having a good time with Belle, it gets worse. And he says, don't look at me. I'm like, nigga, what the fuck are we talking about here?
Yeah. It wasn't clear to me either,
but hey, possibly the dove.
Like was he a dragon or was he a
werewolf? Yeah. All I know is this: they should not have put that damn suit on him. But it's all good. I liked his old Beast clothes, and then they put this nigga in a suit.
Oh yeah.
and then he lost his appeal for me. His character appeal was cool. Like, bro. because he was cool till then. I just wanted more Fighting Beast. At the end of the day, I wanted more Fighting Beast. Fighting Beast was he was going fucking hard. That was the Beast I came to see, and I feel like I didn't get that much of it. And yeah, I was a little disappointed by that. Cause he came in going hard. Like if you go see the movie, it's them couple of scenes are actually worth just paying and going to see the movie. Cause he was snapping. Beast was snapping on him for a second there.
Just the animation in general, even the 2D.
He hit him with the One Piece punch where it's like a whole bunch of punches. That was icy. Beast was a monster.
Yeah, just the movement even when he's running away from the.
Yeah, and like his little bouncing off of stuff and his speed. I just liked how they were doing that.
Yeah.
Beast was cool, but yeah, they didn't do him justice. Wasted character. Wasted character. And not even wasted, but I wanted to see it be a little bit different. I thought Beast was going to take more of a main role in the movie, but at the end of the day, it was a coming-of-age film for the girl. And I'm cool with it, but I thought it was going to be a little bit different. And honestly, even though I thought it would be obvious, I wanted Shinobu to be in there more.
I guess like the girl kind of like put some fear into the guy, into the father, but
no.
But yeah, like there
that was
any...
dumb. That was just dumb. It wasn't even like she gave him a hug or like I thought something would happen. He just gets up and runs. It didn't even make fucking sense.
Yeah, like even if like maybe he didn't even reconcile. Like if he had been like
hug this kid or something, he didn't do anything.
Yeah.
That was nothing. That was fucking nothing. Like that was literally nothing.
Yeah, they tried to have Beast have this like child abusive, I guess, and they, I guess you assume that. Did they even say specifically that their mother died?
Yeah, they did. Remember, because he was like, it's been hard for us. Like they were going through the same thing that she was.
In like the news clip.
Yeah. Remember when he was like holding his two kids, like, yeah, it's been hard since she passed or she died or whatever the hell he said. Like,
yeah, I forgot about that. But yeah, I mean,
because that's when they introduced them.
Trying to give that backstory, those little hints of a backstory there, and I feel like they were trying to hide it for the reveal, but they didn't, because like maybe they thought that like, okay, if we develop these characters too much, like people are gonna think maybe that. Okay, he is the Beast, and like that gives it away too soon. But
and it would have had I seen him more. I mean, I had a question: who is that kid? Mm-hmm. I thought it was Shinobu. It wasn't him. Whatever. But then it turned out he was the Beast. Yeah. So I thought they did do that well, because I was like, nigga, it's Shinobu. Yeah, it has to be Shinobu.
Like
even down to the don't look at me, and she's like, not looking at him.
Up so much and really didn't do much with them.
Yeah, I was so disappointed in Shinobu's end. Like at the end, he's just like, there's that long silence, like, go sing. It was like 3 minutes of silence.
Anything. Like he wasn't. Did he even have a U profile? I don't know.
I know, huh?
He's just a dude.
I wanted it to be Shinobu. I think it would have actually been better. The movie as a whole, for me, would have been better if it was Shinobu. And it was actually just their love story versus them having that extra element of who the fuck is this kid, just for surprise factor. And I get it. It was fun. It made it more emotional.
I'm
you know what I mean?
Because I would have expected that, and I kind of like.
And I know, but at the same time, I feel like that means that we would have got more battle Beast. And I wanted to see Shinobu shine some more, man. I wanted it to be like, yo, I'm like this because you never, you know what I mean? You never gave me the time of day. I've been trying to get at you. I'm traumatized because of yo ass. And then them to come to realization.
Like, he's so protective of her. And I get that, like I guess it's always been that since they were a kid. Him like just consoling her for everything. But it was just, it was just such a weird dynamic. Like them, like all the talk about him, and then all this hoopla about like him holding her hand, and everyone going crazy about like, oh, she's with this like guy that's out of her league. Like, I don't know. I didn't buy any of that stuff.
I was with that. I thought that was funny because they added those other game elements where it was like civilization and they were like battling while they were having the conversation. Yeah. Like that was like genius. Those, like, it was fun. The MMORPGs or whatever. I don't even know if that's what it is. It probably is that though. No, that was cool. I like that. But I wanted it to be Shinobu. I feel like it would have had a better climax because then it could have been like Beast versus Enforcer and him not trying to get revealed. Like it could have just climaxed better. I feel like if that was it would have climaxed. No, you didn't. Not for the end. That's what I wanted at the end. Yeah, but that was just anticlimactic.
They still could have had it regardless.
That was anticlimactic.
If the real Beast just got on, you know, after he was beat, but that seems like a logical
But he was
point.
just a kid. At the end of the day, he was just a kid. And I thought that was weird during that whole scene. Like those scenes where they had like her and him doing a little dance or whatever. I thought it felt weird. It didn't feel like romance to a certain extent. I guess it's revealed, you know, when he's just a kid. But it did seem kind of weird to me. I don't know.
Yeah, it didn't really fit in like a romantic way, which is what Beauty and the Beast
was. Yeah.
supposed to be.
So it's cool that it wasn't like that, but I don't know, man. They could have just. I wanted it to be Shinobu. I wanted Shinobeast. Okay. I wanted Shinobeast.
I wonder if in the Japanese version, it's more clear that he's like a, what do you call it? Like a mulligan, or no? Is it mulligan? Not a mulligan.
Red herring?
Red herring, yeah.
I bet
Which he is.
Yeah, but no, the point is for that to not be clear. I'm sure it's not clear in that one too.
By the end, though.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure it's obvious that yeah. Because you know it's not him when they're talking to him and he's right there. That's when it's just totally obvious, you know what I mean?
I don't know. I think I'm just so curious about, like, I feel like I would like the Japanese version way more.
Well,
or maybe not. Maybe the story's the story.
I think the story's going to probably be based off the animations I saw and the visual storytelling. The story will probably still be the story. It'll just probably flow better. Because that's just how it was made.
Was it Shinobi or Shinobu?
Shinobu.
He's in so many scenes, yet it's like all those scenes that he's in is establishing that he's always like around her and keeping an eye on her, whatever. It's never really romantic, even though she wants it to be. You know, at the beginning, she's telling. I
thought he did want it to be.
She wanted it to be because, like, she was saying, like, oh, he asked me to marry him or something like that at the very, very beginning, when they were like 6 or something.
And you know what? I thought that wasn't Cap though. I didn't think that was Cap. I think it was like, yeah, there was something there. I think he did want it to be, and that's why he was grabbing her and always trying to talk to her, and she was just running away. And she was just always making it awkward. Because even when the girl was looking, that's the reason was looking at her.
She doesn't want, because like he's a protective sort of father figure to her, and she doesn't want him to the relationship to be just that. Like she really wants it to be a romantic thing. But that's what I got.
Oh, okay. I took it as that. Because
like
they both wanted that.
Like all of her gestures towards him were like, no, I don't need protecting. But at the same time, she's telling her other friend, like, I wish it wouldn't be just like this brother-sister thing. It would be like a romantic thing. I don't know. You didn't get that
when
at all?
The girl was like, I thought that the girl was saying like, yeah, like he fucks with you. That's the vibes I was getting from that scene. Like when they're sitting there sipping the teacup, the popular girl.
Oh, the popular girl.
When they were sitting there having that conversation and she thought she was talking to Shinobu, but she was talking about the other dude. Like, I thought she was saying, like, yeah.
What, like canoeing guy?
Yeah. I thought she was saying, like, Shinobu's feeling you. That's the vibes I was getting. And, like, what he said at the end, like, y'all just waiting for you to stop being a fucking grouch or whatever the hell he said. So we can have some fun. I've been waiting for you to not be a whatever so we can have some fun. That's all I ever really wanted.
So do you think at the end, like, they're together romantically?
Man. I don't know. I don't think they explored it. I think they just set it up for that. That's the vibe I got at the end. That's what they were kind of setting it up for. But either way, I mean, I don't care. It was actually irrelevant to the film at the end of the day.
That's my problem with it.
Yeah.
It's trying to be so many things.
I agree.
6.5.
Damn.
and dude, I mean, according to Rotten Tomatoes, that's fresh. So
They gave it a 6.5?
No, I mean, I'm just saying, like,
Oh.
6.5 isn't bad.
No, I'm giving it a 7. Only because I would have given it a higher rating, but we saw that subbed version, and I'll have to let them know in hindsight in the YouTube
Man,
we saw the
you're so
subbed
kind
version.
with all your reviews, man. Like, Licorice Pizza at 7.5. Like, what is that?
What was 7 point? Because that was a good movie. It was a good movie.
It was okay. I'll give it a 7.
So we're gonna wrap this one up. And again, we just saw Belle, also known as something in Japanese that I don't know, but it's like the dragon and the girl with the freckles. So,
Not to be confused with the girl with the dragon tattoo.
yes, don't be confused. But go see Belle if you like anime stuff and you like singing. But honestly, if you like action, don't go see it.
See the sub version.
Hey, I agree. Probably see the sub version.
And honestly, like, I was really hoping that those musical elements would hit for me, because I think that was a huge part of me maybe being mixed on it.
Okay, I agree with that. There was so much singing.
So much singing.
I wish, yes, that we. Okay.
I wanted to check my
agree.
phone so bad during those parts.
The
The
you
visuals
should
were
have.
good though. I don't know. Maybe the singing would have.
Because, dude, the singing wasn't hitting because she was literally singing, like, she was singing words, but it wasn't like the words were emphasized. It was like the melodies were emphasized to probably keep it fluent with whatever was happening in Japanese.
It's like, oh yeah, okay, so this is the thing I was gonna bring up a while ago that I forgot about, which is that...
I guess the episode's continuing.
Maybe you can, like, cut it in with before the ending that we just had. Anyway, so girls gets advice from the moms group, the fucking choir group, that you should maybe write a song for him. And she's like, oh, that's a great idea. Like, that's how I can sort of let him know, like, how I feel, and, like, so he'll talk to me and, like, be less, like, closed up. Yeah. And so I was confused, like, when did she have time to write that song? Because, like, it didn't seem that long before she had that singing.
Remember, she freestyled the fucking song right then. She's like, oh, maybe I should write that. And she's walking and dancing, and she started singing the song, and she's thinking about Shinobu and the Beast. She just freestyled the whole song right there.
Oh, you think that was freestyle?
Yeah, that was freestyle.
Was she singing about him?
I was
It didn't
confused.
seem to me.
She was singing.
It sounded like it was like a song that she had already known, but maybe I'm wrong.
No, she wrote a song. But remember she said, I've never wrote a love song before.
Yeah, I've never, yeah.
And then she started writing one, right as she was walking. Remember, she was humming, and then she started getting words.
I don't think that was the same song.
That was same song. Say it again. Say it again. Oh, that I actually don't know. That was the same song. Yeah. I couldn't tell you. They all sounded like the same fucking song to me. Except for the one part, la 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 la, because they just kept saying it over and over and over.
Okay, she's like, play me the track or some shit. And then, so how does she freestyle it? Like that?
No, she wrote the song when she was doing the walk thing, and then she performed that song when he was like, hey yo, computer girl, run that track. When he did that.
Run that track.
And when he hits the thing, and she starts singing the song, that's the song I feel like that she had wrote while she was walking.
I get that, but, like, how does the track go so smoothly with
Nigga, because she was the producer. Computer Girl's the producer. She was making songs with her. She made the instrumental.
No, I
she sang the song.
I don't remember a scene in between when she's singing that.
Nigga, because she's her producer, they gotta sync. Nigga, she knows the kind of beat she makes.
They just wrote a song in between. They had a scene where they wrote a song.
I think you're looking too deep into it, and that's her producer.
I don't remember a scene where Computer Chick and her.
There was no scene.
Yeah,
that didn't happen. You're looking too deep into it. Hey.
I don't know.
They're best friends, bro. They didn't have to show us.
Well, not timeline-wise, but, like, just pacing-wise, it's like, oh yeah, she's, like, humming this tune, and then all of a sudden, this massive performance.
I was gonna skip over this,
anyway.
But the pacing, there were some times when I almost fell asleep. Like, when they would sing those songs, and they would just hold on her, just sitting there, and the song's dragging on, and she's just throwing her arms in the air, and colors are everywhere. I'm like, yo, maybe I'm not the target audience.
The fucking whale thing with the speakers.
Bro, oh man, I
Callback.
forgot about the fucking whale.
The callback, Because you saw it at the beginning, I was like, bro, this whale's about to come back in a big way.
He just comes busting under people. What happened there? And then,
just like a fucking,
and then there's like a explode. He
visual,
shoots
though,
out of his spout, and then she turns into her 3D version again. Like, it didn't make any sense. That was just wild.
I kind of like that, like just the
over the topness of it all. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then all those whales came. It was like 3 whales, and they all had like different hairstyles. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and the spirit bomb of music.
Oh, this is. I actually kind of like that. I won't lie.
Music bomb.
Because it was like everybody holding up their lighters.
Yeah, I guess I didn't really think about that, but yeah.
With the moon in the background, I like their like moon
that's
thing.
Yeah, that's I don't know. Everyone's coming together for a magical performance.
Because all of her things were going to donation.
I didn't even get that. What did she say?
She said that like you won't be able to track you because all your profits going to donation. All your profits going to donation.
Yeah, but what did you say before that?
I'd be pissed. You won't be able to. They won't be able to track you.
Track you.
Oh,
okay. Yeah.
I'd be pissed. Yeah. What do you mean? All of my profits are going to charity?
They won't be able to track you. Hold on. I don't think it works like that.
No, because the money would go to you. All your profits, if they go to you, then they can say who you are.
I don't think you need to go through all that trouble to, honestly. Like, I guess this goes to the premise of the movie, but I don't think if a computer girl can fucking do all this crazy shit and fucking hone in on buildings and fucking denoise them to find out where it is, I feel like she can like hack IP addresses to, you know,
find out. I mean, no money was going to her, so what is there to hack?
Well, you can, I don't know. Well, I guess since nobody knows
anything about the Uverse.
And really, like, even I feel like you could hack that. If like a computer girl's so smart, they could fucking hack the IP addresses of like who's on at certain times and like fucking cross-reference the.
Nah, they weren't gonna get that deep.
Anyway.
They weren't gonna get that deep for sure.
I just don't get like. Yeah, these like 5 voices or like whoever built this game is like there's literally no one in, or even like the company itself. It's like, why doesn't someone reach out to the company and be like, yo,
what are they supposed to say though? Like, you know what I mean? It seemed like it was like a decentralized vibe. That's what it was giving me, was decentralized vibes. Hence why it was like, you know, it was like literally they're talking about the blockchain. You know, like in the mystery creator and all that. I swear they were just making a reference to Bitcoin in the blockchain.
Interesting.
And that's how it looked. Everything had like, it was like social media on the blockchain. Even like the visuals of everything. You know what I mean? Like, remember it started out and you were zooming into that, like, it was like a dang blockchain. I don't even know what else to say.
Yeah. There was that whole area with all these things coming out of the ground, like, you know.
Like they were hard drives mining Bitcoin or something. I don't know. It was the vibes though. It was major metaverse vibes.
But even in the the blockchain world, yeah, people are anonymous, but you can trace. Like, the thing about it is you can trace every transaction
anime
that comes
metaverse.
From,
it ain't
that
real
comes
metaverse.
from, like, you can track your computer. You may not be able to track.
It's not real. You're trying to apply our human rules to this animated film.
But I feel like, I mean, the whole premise is a bad idea because, like I said, like, you could do just whatever you wanted in that fucking metaverse and you could get away with it. Which is like, why would anyone?
I agree. There was a lot of unanswered questions on that. I mean, I guess there was the enforcers to enforce, but at the end of the day, yeah, wouldn't there be a ton of people doing bad stuff everywhere? Like, even just that reveal array didn't seem like it would be enough.
It's like the Westworld thing. It's like, if there was no consequence to anything, there would be some fucked up shit going on.
And there wouldn't be all the time, but yeah, there would be some disturbed individuals who weren't just trying to fight. They'd be doing a lot worse.
People now, like incels and like people that get frustrated in video games, like, and that's just a video game. And they're
What'd you just say?
Huh?
What was that word you just said?
Incels.
Is that like a
involuntary
prison?
celibates.
Oh.
Fucking people who fucking are in their mom's basement that like jacking off to everything and fucking can't get girlfriends and.
Is that like a hot new term on the internet?
No, it's been around for a while.
Maybe I have
But
heard
yeah,
that.
anyways. And also, her voice sounded pretty similar. So I was like, wouldn't you be able to like? Didn't she sound pretty?
It was the
much
same character.
In the virtual
Yeah,
space.
it was the same voice.
And it's like, so that's like a dead giveaway if you like are familiar with someone's voice and you hear their voice in the fucking.
But they never heard her sing. And who else would have known? She had no friends but Computer Girl, and Computer Girl knew. Like, you know, literally she had like nobody else but her and Shinobu. Shinobu didn't seem like he was on no
and I
virtual
guess
world
Beast
shit.
sort of changed his voice a little bit.
Yeah.
More like a
more a little bit than a lot of it, because I was kind of pissed at that. Like, he looked cool, but he sounded like a little cornball, which I felt like was yeah. It wasn't hitting the right way. It definitely wasn't hitting the right way. I know in Japanese that was hitting way harder. I know that was hitting right. That actually, when he talked, that was probably the one moment I sat there like, yep, if we saw the subbed version, it would have gotten annoying to read this, but in this moment right here, it would have been better.
Yeah.
A lot of times, like in the singing, I was like, oh my God, like, but at least it was like melodic. But with his voice, that was the one thing I was like, y'all fucked up. And Shinobu was a little bit annoying on his voice, but that Beast voice, I'm like, fuck. Yeah, that got me.
Yeah, I learned as a kid doing that, so.
Yeah, so I mean, well, yeah, I guess that makes it even like, you know, yeah, okay. All right, maybe a kid trying to sound scary, it maybe would come off as kind of goofy. So maybe we'll actually
you can always like
yeah.
put intention on something.
Yeah, even. Actually, 23 frames in, I noticed an Easter egg. Anyway.
I'm sure there are some Easter eggs in there.
Like the characters. I think a lot of them are just like characters in there. Because there was so many characters, but I feel like I'd seen some of those.
I feel like all the AIs were like parallels to the Beauty and the Beast. Fucking
like the teapots and shit?
I think so, actually.
It seemed like it, but I couldn't tell because I don't remember Beauty and the Beast, like, the intricacies.
Fucking, what's the French guy's, the candle? Lumiere.
Who?
Lumiere.
Oh, Lumiere, the candle nigga, gotcha.
Who else?
I actually know somebody who's gonna like this movie. She likes Beauty and the Beast. I bet she'll like this. I bet she won't, actually, when I'm thinking about it.
No, yeah, it's definitely different.
Because this totally wasn't Beauty and the Beast.
It's a hard left turn at some point. Just tell her to watch the first half.
After they dance, turn it off. Just make sure you turn it off.
Yeah.
Before it just goes into a murder mystery, it turns into a fucking CNN headline.
Again, there were snippets that I liked and things that I liked about it, but I don't know.
Yeah, it honestly reminded me of that Digimon movie a lot. You were right.
Yeah.
Like,
everyone's watching.
Yeah.
Their screens.
And remember the like digital versus real.
Yeah, I mean.
That's the movie I was even thinking about. It took me forever. That was the exact movie I'm thinking. It's like they were 2D in real life, and then they were 3D inside of the thing, and it was the obviously, like duh.
Totally.
That was actually my favorite movie for a long time.
Dude, I love that movie still. Yeah.
Yeah, they snapped. They snapped on that. A1 animation. And
yeah, it's funny. Like, this is so far in the future that they have things where they have these earbuds where you can see.
It controls your eyes and
you're
your senses.
Like teleported into this other world, but people have screens. They're just like regular computers that have to be turned on and off. Yeah.
She sure did have to carry that big old fucking hard drive, and it was like, what was the point in that? Yeah. Well, hey, look at our world. We still got screens, and we got a lot of high-tech stuff.
We got a lot of old stuff. Fucking, we still have fucking gas cars or like old fucking 1960s cars.
Yeah.
Yet we also have Teslas and yeah. No, that's how the world is, I think. Like, there's always gonna be the old stuff, like
With the new.
with the new.
It's about balance.
What's like another future world that's like kind of decrepit? I guess Blade Runner.
Yeah.
Like that new Blade
Well,
Runner.
I mean, a lot of things are like that. That future past. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. The Days of Future Past.
no
specifically.
X-Men. Even though that was a great X-Men movie. One of the
Yeah. Anyways, good luck with this podcast. Editing this podcast.
I'm not editing shit. I just literally I'm gonna
Long
put it up
one.
there. All right, y'all. So that was Belle. Again, Belle. Anime film, good. But at the end of the day, I still may say if you like action and stuff, don't see it. If you're coming for the action because you saw that trailer, don't see the movie. It's a whole lot of singing. It's a whole lot it's more Disney film than Dragon Ball Z. I'll just put it like that.
A lot of Disney vibes, which I guess should be expected to.
For sure. So yeah, check it out or don't. It's up to you. Signing off.